Welcome to watch Yanqing Node News. Okay, I know. That opening might sound a little, well, unexpected. Maybe less like a cutting-edge deep dive into AI and more like, I don't know, a local news bulletin from some town you've never heard of.
Yeah, definitely has a unique ring to it.
But don't worry, you're in the right place. This is the deep dive. This is where we grab super complex topics, the really dense stuff, and we unpack it layer by layer, make it understandable, maybe even, dare I say, fascinating.
We sift through piles of research, articles, our own notes, pull out the key insights.
Exactly. All geared towards you, our listener. We know you're sharp, you get complex ideas, you probably have a pretty solid background in tech or finance or both, so we're not dumbing anything down.
No, definitely not. We're diving into the details.
We're going to revel in the technical stuff today, actually. We're looking at a company called Grata. Private market intelligence, big deal.
A very big deal in that space, yeah.
We want to peel back the layers on the AI they're using, what makes it special, and then, because we love looking ahead, what are the really cool, almost sci-fi improvements on the horizon for them?
Right. How do you make something already good even better?
So buckle up. The big question is, what's the specific AI magic making Grata tick in the M&A world? And what kind of mind-bending optimizations are coming next?
And it's interesting because Grata isn't just tweaking things around the edges. They seem to be really pushing the boundaries, Using AI in a field, mergers and acquisitions, it's notoriously complex.
Yeah.
Fragmented data, high stakes.
Yeah, M&A, it's not just like two huge companies merging, shaking hands on the news. It's way more strategic, right?
Yeah.
Especially with private companies.
Oh, absolutely.
You've got businesses hunting for growth, maybe buying new tech, getting into new markets, trying to optimize things, cut costs even. It's like this high-stakes chess game.
A constantly shifting chess game, yeah. And the core problem, the reason it's so tough, especially with private companies, it's the data. It always comes back to the data. Imagine trying to make a decision worth millions, maybe billions, but you don't have all the facts, or the facts you have are scattered, maybe unreliable. For M&A, you absolutely need that crucial, often hidden info. Registration details, real financials, not public stuff, valuations, who's on the management team, past deals, market trends.
And it's not like it's all neatly filed away somewhere.
Not even close. It's messy, it's fragmented, often unstructured, sometimes locked behind digital walls. It's a nightmare, frankly.
So that analogy, finding a needle in a haystack, it's more like trying to find a specific, maybe slightly rusty needle in a giant, moving mountain range of haystacks.
Well blindfolded.
While blindfolded, yeah. And the haystacks are maybe deliberately hiding the needle sometimes? Is that pushing it too far?
No, that's actually disturbingly accurate. It captures the frustration M&A pros face. And that's exactly where Grata comes in. They position themselves as this AI-native solution.
AI native. Okay, another one of those terms we hear a lot. Buzzword bingo, maybe. But what's it actually mean for Grata? Because look, they started in 2016. Datasite just bought them for over $200 million, plus committed another $500 million for investment. This isn't some tiny startup playing around.
Right. It's a serious player. And AI native here, it's not just marketing fluff, or at least they argue it isn't. It means AI isn't just, sprinkled on top.
Not an add-on.
Exactly. It's baked in right from the start. It's core to their whole existence. Their mission statement even says it. Use AI to connect private market data, assist deal decisions. Simple, direct.
And you see that in their products.
You really do. Let's look at their main offerings. First, private company fundamentals. This isn't just like a phone book entry. They've got data on over 19 million private companies. 19
million. Wow.
Yeah. And for each one, up to 25 different data points. Employee count, industry, location. But really granular. They call it investment-grade firmographic data.
Investment grade. Okay, that sounds serious.
It is. Apparently, 9 out of the top 10 global consulting firms use Grata for due diligence. That tells you something about the quality they're aiming for. It's not surface stuff.
No kidding. If those big consulting firms trust it for due diligence, that's a massive vote of confidence. It's like creating the definitive map for this chaotic private market territory.
That's a good way to put it. It lets people stop arguing about the data and start thinking strategically. Then there's their deal and financial data. Their AI is constantly out there scraping announcements, news, proprietary sources.
It's hoovering it all up.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Building these comprehensive profiles for PE, VC, M&A folks, even pulling relevant bits from public market data. It's always being updated.
Okay, so fundamentals, deals. What else?
Contacts, executive contacts, and conference lists. This was wild. Over 8 million verified contacts.
8 million. Verified how?
Verified emails, LinkedIn profile links, C-suite founders, key decision makers. Plus, they track over 7,000 conferences a year, attendees, exhibitors.
Oh my God. Imagine the AI trying to piece all that together. Sifting through conference websites, LinkedIn updates, news mentions.
It's immense, like having this, I don't know, super researcher who never sleeps, reads everything, remembers everyone they virtually met at every single event.
A hyper-caffeinated digital Rolodex crossed with a market analyst. That's quite something.
It really is. And all this data, the fundamentals, the deals, the context, it all feeds into their search engine, their AI native search engine.
Which isn't just a simple keyword search, I'm guessing.
Definitely not.
Okay.
It uses NLP, natural language processing, and machine learning, so you can ask it complex questions more like you're talking to an analyst.
Right.
And the scale, well, you get this. One search query every minute. They add 150,000 new data points daily and refresh info on 100,000 companies every day.
That's relentless. Just a constant churn of data validation and updating.
Absolutely relentless, keeping everything fresh.
Okay, let's unpack that AI then, because that scale and precision, it's really impressive. What's actually under the hood? How do they get that specialized? Especially with all the general AI models out there now.
Right, that's the core of it, their secret sauce.
Yes.
Their AI and NLP engine isn't like, say, ChatGPT or a general Google model. It's custom, explicitly built and trained for what they call the commercial internet.
Commercial internet.
Yeah, business websites, financial news, regulatory filings, that kind of thing.
Mm.
And even more specifically, fine-tuned for M&A workflows. It's a specialist.
Not trying to be good at everything, just exceptionally good at this one very complex thing.
Exactly. They use their own proprietary NLP and machine learning algorithms. And the training data. It's massive. 1.2 billion web pages.
Billion, with a B.
With a B. Plus 3 years of historical M&A data. All focused on teaching the AI to understand things critical for deals. Industry classification, business models, company size, growth signals, things that general AI might just skim over.
And I saw that claim in the source material that their AI consistently outperforms general models like ChatGPT on tasks like semantic analysis, figuring out what a company really does within this M&A context. That's a bold statement.
It is bold, but it makes sense when you think about it. Why does specialization matter so much here?
Yeah, why can't a general LLM just, learn this stuff?
It's about the required precision and the cost of being wrong. Think about it. A general LLM reads a company website. It might tell you, okay, this company sells widgets. Fine.
Vague, but okay.
But Grata's AI, trained on all that M&A data, might say they sell AI-powered widgets specifically for supply chain optimization within the mid-market logistics sector. Their main competitors are X and Y, and based on recent comparable deals, their valuation is likely in this range.
Wow. Okay, that's a world of difference. That's actionable intelligence versus just a description.
Precisely. That's the gap. Grata claims over 95% accuracy on NAI's CS6 classification. That's the super granular industry coding system. Getting that wrong. Mistaking, say, a niche software provider for a general IT consultant that could derail a multi-million-dollar deal.
Right, you'd be comparing apples to oranges, potentially making a huge miscalculation.
Exactly. So this deep vertical specialization trained on specific massive data sets, it creates this technical advantage, this moat that general models just struggle to cross in these high-stakes fields.
It's not just knowing what, but how, where, who. The whole context. Okay, that makes sense. So to feed this incredibly smart, specialized AI, they need fuel, lots of it.
Yeah.
How do they actually get all that raw web data? It can't just be a few API calls.
No way. They have what they describe as a massive professional web crawler system. Think of it like a global fleet of digital explorers.
Tentacles, maybe, reaching out everywhere.
Yeah, digital tentacles, constantly scraping, parsing, structuring info from websites for those 19 million companies globally. Multi-language content, complex site structures that change all the time.
And they have to watch for changes, too, right? Hiring news, M&A announcements.
Real-time monitoring. It's a huge ongoing effort.
Which sounds like, well, a battle.
Yeah.
Because websites don't always want to be scraped, do they? They put up defenses, care TCHAs, IP blocking, tricky JavaScript.
Oh, absolutely. It's a constant arms race, as you called it earlier. Websites deploy anti-crawler tech, and Grata's crawlers have to constantly adapt to get past it.
How do they do that? How do they win?
It's a sophisticated game. They use techniques like dynamic IP rotation, constantly changing their digital address. They use advanced browser simulation, making the crawler act like a human, using a real browser, executing JavaScript and all. They even use machine learning to try and detect and avoid traps, websites set for bots.
So the crawlers themselves are getting smarter, using AI to beat the defenses.
Exactly. It's this continuous cycle of adaptation and innovation. And this whole challenge, this complexity of just getting the data reliably, it leads directly to the next big question: data quality.
Ah, yes. The paradox of abundance. You've got this fire hose of data coming in from all these sources, scraped, parsed. But how do you make sure it's good data, accurate, reliable, especially when, like you said, billions of dollars are on the line? One bad data point.
Could be disastrous. A wrong employee count, an outdated contact, a misclassified industry. It could lead to a terrible investment or a missed golden opportunity.
So how does Grata ensure that investment-grade quality they promise?
This is arguably their biggest differentiator. It's not just one thing, it's a multi-layered approach, a blend of AI and human oversight.
Okay, break it down for us.
First layer, data triangulation. The AI automatically cross-references facts from multiple sources. If source A says 100 employees and source B says 10,000 with the same company, red flag. The system flags it for investigation.
Like a detective checking multiple witness accounts.
Exactly. But at machine speed, second layer, human QA analysts. They have a team of 40 skilled analysts. But here's the interesting part. Aided by AI tools and processes, these 40 people apparently achieve the output equivalent of about 3,000 analysts working manually.
Wow. So AI isn't replacing humans, it's augmenting them, making them vastly more efficient at the quality check stage.
Precisely. It's that combination, AI for scale, humans for nuance and final judgment. Third layer, AI correction mechanisms. The AI isn't just collecting, it's learning from errors. If it sees patterns of mistakes or inconsistencies, it can sometimes self-correct or flag things for human review proactively. It creates a feedback loop.
Getting smarter about quality over time.
Hopefully, yes. But there's still a fundamental challenge. Data diversity. The data comes from everywhere. Vendors, public websites, user feedback maybe. Each source has its own format, its own potential for errors, its own biases. Integrating all that consistently, that's tough. It's like trying to make a gourmet meal using ingredients from a Michelin star supplier, a farmer's market, and maybe some stuff you found at the back of the pantry.
Yeah, ensuring consistency and quality across all those different ingredients. That's the constant battle, the weakest link problem you mentioned. It really highlights why this data dietitian role is so critical.
Okay, so for the tech folks listening, let's peek under the hood at the actual tech stack. What's powering this whole complex machine?
Sure. Think of it as a high-performance engine, like we talked about. On the back end, the core logic and APIs are mainly built using Python with the Django framework. Django's known for enabling rapid development, which is key when you're iterating fast.
Makes sense, fast and reliable.
For the main database, where they store all that crucial structured data, they use PostgreSQL. It's a rock-solid, open-source relational database, known for data integrity, which is non-negotiable here.
Absolutely. Can't have flaky data storage.
And for that powerful search capability, they use Elasticsearch. It's built for handling massive amounts of text data and powering fast, complex searches, including those natural language queries we discussed.
So Django's the frame, PostgreSQL is the reliable fuel tank, Elasticsearch is the supercharger for search.
Got it.
Nice analogy. Then on the front end, the part users interact with, it's React, a standard JavaScript library using JavaScript and TypeScript for robust coding.
Standard modern web stack there. And where does all this run?
It's all running on AWS Amazon Web Services. They use core services like EC2 for compute power, S3 for storing vast amounts of data durably, standard cloud infrastructure for scale and resilience.
And how do they manage updates and deployments?
They use tools like Jenkins for automating the build and test process, that's continuous integration, CI, and Argo CD for deploying updates, often using a GitOps approach for managing the applications on Kubernetes. It's a modern setup designed for speed and reliability.
Okay, solid tech foundation. But how does the data flow from raw web scrape to that polished, actionable insight? What's the architecture there?
It's a layered process. First is foundational intelligence. This combines public data with their own specialized AI models. Then, importantly, it's verified and enriched by their human research team. The AI agents are designed to read websites almost like an M&A pro would, looking for specific signals.
So AI does the heavy lifting. Humans add the final layer of expertise.
Right. Then there's the private access layer. This is about getting data from harder-to-reach places, the unindexed web, maybe content behind paywalls or logins. Here they use techniques like inference, triangulation, and validation to estimate or verify information others might miss.
Uncovering hidden gems.
That's the idea. It provides a real competitive edge. But even with this powerful setup, there are always challenges, especially with scaling globally and keeping up with the changing web.
Which brings us perfectly to the next part, where it gets really interesting, as I think the note said. Grata's already top tier. How do you push that further? The report outlines some major optimization areas. These aren't just small tweaks, are they?
No, not at all. These look like fundamental steps to solidify their lead, leveraging some really cutting-edge AI research. Think trends from major 2025 research papers and conferences. They're aiming high.
Okay, let's dive in. Area 1. Elevating data quality and consistency. We talked about the challenge, diverse sources, complexity. What's the proposed solution?
This is cool. They're looking at multimodal self-supervised data cleaning, using the latest algorithms, maybe inspired by research from places like CVPR, the big computer vision conference.
Self-supervised, meaning the AI learns to clean data by itself.
Essentially, yes. It learns to spot anomalies, missing values, inconsistencies in both structured data, like tables, and unstructured data, like text, without humans having to label thousands of examples of bad data first.
Whoa. So the AI teaches itself what clean looks like for Grata's specific data context. That's potentially huge, like a self-healing data system.
That's the dream, right? A self-healing data ecosystem. And they want to combine this with automated user feedback and governance. So users spot an error, flag it easily, and that feedback directly trains the AI to avoid that mistake again, tied into proper data governance frameworks.
Closing the loop faster, making the whole system smarter from real-world use. Okay, impressive. Area 2, supercharging crawlers and back-end scalability. The constant battle with websites and the strain on the system.
Yeah, running that marathon while upgrading the track, as you said. The solution involves AI, intelligent crawlers, and a more distributed collection system.
What does AI intelligent crawlers mean?
Think self-adapting crawlers. They intelligently schedule themselves, maybe rotating IPs dynamically, simulating browsers even more convincingly to get past defenses. It's that cat and mouse game, but giving the cat AI-powered super senses and agility.
Outsmarting the websites with smarter bots.
Basically. And architecturally, they're pushing towards microservices and containerization, breaking down the big application into smaller, independent services.
Why is that better for scale?
It means you can scale up just one part, say, the data ingestion service if there's a surge, without scaling everything. It's more efficient, more resilient, and lets development teams move faster on individual components. Much more flexible.
Makes sense. Okay, Area 3, advancing AI and NLP model optimization. The challenge being that adapting models to new situations or languages is slow.
Which is a killer in M&A where things change constantly. New buzzwords, new industries, new markets.
Right, so the fix.
Active learning and real-time fine-tuning. The system continuously learns from new data coming in live user queries, fresh web scrapes, human corrections, and uses that to automatically update or fine-tune the AI models on the fly.
So the AI adapts almost instantly to new trends or terms.
That's the goal. Drastically cutting down the time it takes to teach the AI about, say, a hot new subsector in tech or financial jargon specific to a new region. They're also planning specific multi-language and industry-specific pre-trained models to boost global coverage from the get-go.
Building foundational knowledge for new markets faster.
Exactly. And critically, adding explainable AI, XAI.
Making the black box less black.
Precisely. Giving users confidence scores, showing why the AI made a certain classification or extracted a certain fact. Building trust, which is absolutely vital when you're making multi-million-dollar decisions based on the output.
That explainability part is huge, but it must be hard to implement, right? Balancing transparency with the model's accuracy, how does that actually change things for the user?
It's definitely a challenge. Finding the right balance is key. The most complex, accurate models are often the hardest to explain. So they'll need clever ways to visualize or communicate the AI's reasoning without overwhelming the user. For the M&A pro, though, the impact is massive. Instead of just getting an answer, you get the answer plus the reasoning. You can audit it, understand the confidence level. It allows for much faster, more confident decisions because you're not just trusting a black box.
Right. You can interrogate the result. Okay, number 4, streamlining data flow and real-time analytics. Getting that quality data flowing faster.
Yeah, reducing the lag between data collection and insight delivery. The main push here is toward stream processing, using tech like Kafka and Spark streaming.
So data flows continuously, gets processed on the fly.
Exactly. Near real-time updates from crawling right through to analysis. No more waiting for big batch updates. They also mentioned intelligent caching, using tools like Redis.
What'd that do?
It keeps frequently accessed data in super-fast memory. So core searches and API requests feel instantaneous, even with tons of users hitting the system at once. It's turning that data river into a data superhighway.
Nice. Okay, number 5, strengthening internationalization and compliance security. The global expansion headache. GDPR, CCPA.
Huge headache. Their solution involves automated compliance detection, building tools right into the system that automatically scan for potential privacy issues based on regulations like GDPR or CCPA, manage permissions, audit-sensitive data access.
AI policing the data for compliance?
Essentially, yes, helping ensure they don't accidentally misuse data or violate regional laws. Alongside that is multi-region deployment, spreading their servers and data centers across the globe.
Closer to the users for speed.
Speed, yes, but also compliance. Some laws require data to stay within a specific country or region. So distributing the infrastructure helps meet those data residency rules while also improving performance globally using things like CDNs.
It's a complex balancing act. Performance, cost, and legality. Which leads perfectly to number 6, optimizing resource and cost control. All of this amazing tech must cost a fortune to run in the cloud.
It absolutely can if you're not careful. So they're focusing on adaptive computing and dynamic resource allocation.
Meaning?
The system automatically scales cloud resources up or down based on real-time demand. No paying for servers sitting idle. They're also looking at tiered storage, moving older, less used data to cheaper storage automatically. Smart cost saving.
And it's not just infrastructure costs.
No, they're also looking at optimizing development itself, using AI-assisted development tools, think GitHub Copilot, to help engineers code faster, and further automating testing and deployment. Making the whole engineering process more efficient reduces long-term costs, too.
So what does that self-optimizing infrastructure really look like? It sounds like the system is practically managing itself.
It's getting closer to that, yeah. An infrastructure that not only scales but intelligently allocates resources, maybe even predicts future needs, optimizes storage tiers, and helps the humans building it work faster. It's dynamic, constantly tuning itself for performance and cost. It frees up the engineers to innovate rather than just keep the lights on.
Okay, this is incredible. We've gone through the core tech, the data quality obsession, and this really ambitious roadmap for optimization. So putting it all together, what's the grand vision here? Where is Grata heading beyond just being a better data tool?
This is where it gets really transformative. They're moving towards what's called agentic AI.
Agentic AI.
Yeah, think less of a tool you query and more of an autonomous AI agent that works alongside you. Grata's goal seems to be an AI that can automatically identify, prioritize, and even execute common due diligence tasks.
Whoa! Execute. So the AI wouldn't just find data, it would analyze it, perform tasks.
That's the vision. Imagine the AI proactively flagging risks in a target company, identifying synergies you might have missed, maybe even drafting preliminary sections of a due diligence report autonomously.
So it's not just, here's the data you asked for, it's based on your goals, I've analyzed these 5 companies. Here are the key takeaways, potential red flags, and opportunities I found with all the supporting data attached.
Exactly. It shifts from reactive tool to proactive partner. And the Datasite acquisition, with access to all that historical deal data, plus integrating source scrubs data that just pours more fuel on the fire for training these AI agents, gives them way more context to learn from.
And that global expansion they announced, UK, France, Germany, Australia, these tech upgrades we discussed must be essential for that.
Absolutely fundamental. The microservices make deploying localized versions easier. Multi-region deployment handles performance and data residency laws. Multi-language models are obviously key. And the cost controls make it economically feasible to enter multiple markets quickly. These optimizations are the enablers for that global strategy.
So, recapping Grata. Strength is that specialized vertical AI plus the automated crawling system. Key challenges are managing data consistency from all those sources and scaling the infrastructure globally.
Precisely. And these optimizations are designed to tackle those challenges head-on, cementing their position not just as a data source, but as an AI partner for making huge financial decisions.
What an incredible deep dive. From that specialized AI brain to the optimization roadmap, it really is like watching them build a superpowered digital detective agency for the M&A world, transforming messy data into sharp intelligence.
It really is. And, this whole discussion, thinking about the pace of these AI improvements, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How quickly will we see M&A analysts shift away from the deep data gathering and initial sifting, the stuff we talked about AI doing, and focus almost exclusively on the high-level strategy, the negotiation, the human relationships? Is that future 5 years away? Turner.
That's a fascinating question to chew on, and it makes me think, for you listening, What other industries, packed with complex, messy data, are just crying out for this kind of AI-driven deep dive and optimization? Think about healthcare research, maybe legal discovery, complex scientific modeling. What would an agentic AI look like there? The possibilities are mind-boggling, really. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Hopefully your brain is buzzing like ours is, maybe with a newfound appreciation for the AI agents and data wranglers shaping the future, one perfectly analyzed data point at a time.